South East Radio's morning mix. Chat, news and your views with Alan Corcoran.
Off to see the Wexford Lady footballers in action against Offaly this coming Sunday at 12 o'clock in the All-Ireland Junior Football Final. Is Bernie Cashin from Ardbeg, Newbawn, County Wexford. You enjoy that match. I'm joined by the legendary Pat Spillane. Good morning to you, Pat.
Good morning, Alan.
How are you?
I'm very well altogether.
You're the man who, every time we head out with our under 10 Harriers, we use your word intensity. You're the man who coined the big buzzword for the summer of 2013, intensity. Were you happy with the intensity in yesterday's All-Ireland football final, Pat?
The intensity was amazing. It was unbelievable, Alan. You'd have to be there to see. I mean, the intensity, the fitness levels and the physicality, unbelievable. Quality, okay, it wasn't the greatest of all Ireland finals in terms of quality. We sort of expected probably a high scoring game and free flowing, and it wasn't that. But gee, at the same time, Alan, it was just enthralling, and it was exciting, and it was entertaining. It was everything you want in a sporting contest. You know, result was in doubt up to the final whistle. You know, if we got a chance to do it all over again next Sunday, we'd be all there again. So that's a good sign.
And if the Mayo man who had that ball, number 13, on the line there with the last kick of the game, he popped it over, what would you have done, Pat? Would you have tried to blast it?
I just thought in the last 2 minutes now, when you needed to, I just thought they were conservative, they were cagey, they delayed it a bit. Just you'd be good. You know, I think I used the term in television. You'd go bald-headed for it. You'd go for it. You've got to. You know, sometimes in life and in sport, you've got to speculate to accumulate. And yeah. I just thought they were a bit. Look, Alan, you'd really feel. You know, geez, I feel for Mayo people. I mean, this is the. What is this? The 7th All-Ireland defeat in 25 years. It's just, and to be beaten, you know, it's bad enough to be beaten in a final, but you don't mind being hammered, because when you're hammered, there's no excuses. When you're beaten by a pint, God save us, that means you can point to a million individual incidents and mistakes and say, if only, and that's the worst part. There'll be a lot of ifs and buts and maybes in Mayo for the next coming months, and it's going to be hard to recover, Alan. It's just, you know, you can take so many defeats mentally. I know there comes a time when you won't recover and you can't come back. They'll find it very hard. Just
on a personal level, you're here for a completely different reason to talk to me today, and we'll get on to that, the whole idea of World Heart Day. But what was it like for you? I mean, you were in the winners' enclosure more often than the losers' enclosure, but the day after an All-Ireland, when you're coming home without the Sam Maguire, what was that like for a Kerry man?
We were very lucky that I think I played in 10 All-Ireland finals, and we only came home twice losing, so not too bad at all. Look, it's not the Monday, it's the Tuesday morning.
Is it?
Oh, God save us. Monday morning is fine because the hype and the excitement is still there, and it doesn't matter whether you've won or lost. You know, you've had a big night of celebrating or commiserating or whatever like that. Monday is a bit of a blur because there's still the backslaps and well done. But when Tuesday morning you wake up and you look up at the ceiling and you hope, oh jeez, I hope that was a nightmare. I just had a bad nightmare that we haven't played the final yet. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, oh God save us, because, you know, at the end of the day, Alan, I mean, it's only a game. It's only a game. And, you know, you have to go back to our job at the latest Wednesday morning, and, you know, it's back to reality.
Back to reality. There's a new reality as well. People are being more health conscious, Pat, and the main reason you're speaking to me today is about World Heart Day. Why have you got involved in this?
Well, I'll tell you, Alan, any issue that you can highlight that's a serious issue, I'm always delighted to lend my name to. I'm involved with the roads. I'm a road safety ambassador as well. But in terms of what I'm trying to highlight is cholesterol, and I'm part of the Flora Proactive Cholesterol Club, and encouraging people to join us. And I was a fella in the 30s that playing football. And just after getting married, and you know, fellas are slow to go to doctors and whatever. My wife said, look, you have to have a regular check every year. And I'd never done it before. And I went for a check-up, and I was 34, 35, and discovered, but still playing football and still fit and no health problems, and discovered I had high cholesterol, and I've been on cholesterol tablets. It was a bit of a fright because you presume you are automatically associated being fit, that you can't have any problem. And I have high cholesterol. I've had it for, 20 years I've been taking cholesterol tablets, but I genuinely took steps to change, and the salt was got rid of, the butter was got rid of, the fries got rid of, and my cholesterol is under control now. But you know, men are it's a very interesting statistic. You know, the Flora Proactive Cholesterol Club, they've been doing cholesterol testing over the since last March, and I think they've signed up 1,000 to the club. 73% of them are females, and just there's a message there that men are just reluctant to men are reluctant to get their check-up, their NCT. I don't know why, but with National Heart Day coming up Sunday, I'm just encouraging all men to get their cholesterol tested, because the bottom line is, if you can raise the awareness of that high cholesterol, can increase the risk of heart disease, and that there are steps to reduce cholesterol, and you can reduce the risk of heart disease.
And Pat, were you a typical jumbo breakfast roll man then?
Absolutely. I have all the bad habits, had all the bad habits. So it's a matter, like I said, of just changing lifestyle and just being aware of it. And like the reality, 10,000 people die each year from cardiovascular disease, and that's more than all the cancers put together. So the bottom line is, you have too much cholesterol in your blood, and you increase the risk of heart disease. So it's just this Flora Proactive Cholesterol Cover. I'm encouraging people to join. There's free testing throughout the country, and look, it takes a couple of minutes, and it might save lives.
And what you've done is you've adapted your lifestyle, you've adapted your eating habits, you've cut out, butter? And
butter went, the fries went, the salt went, the cheese is cut down. Alcohol is maybe a unit less. Maybe I could reduce a few more. But the bottom line is, my cholesterol is under control. It's at an acceptable level, and it's great. And just the message I'm trying to send out there. I mean, it's an interesting statistic. Out of all the people that tested this year, 50% of the people that tested, ordinary people just at the various shopping centres, 50% have raised cholesterol. Gee, that's frightening. 1 in 2.
And is it all caused by diet, or are there other reasons behind it as well?
I presume diet is certainly a contributing factor, but maybe I'm not a medical expert or whatever like that. But
and do you keep yourself active still?
Alan, I have a slight problem. My knee is banjax, right? I need a knee replacement. I could walk an hour today, but I certainly wouldn't be able to walk an hour tomorrow. But what I do, Alan, is 6 days out of 7 I will swim.
Right.
And I'll do a half an hour swim. So I like to keep I like to keep a balanced lifestyle. But I'd exercise at minimum 6 days, and hopefully every day. But it's mainly, I can't cycle because I can't bend my knees. Like I said, I can walk about twice a week. But swimming is my salvation.
Okay, I want to leave a final message to you for the Wexford ladies footballers. It's one of the fastest growing sports in the country at the moment is ladies football. They're in action against Offaly on Sunday. Have you a word of advice, because they're tuned in, because we're going to hear from the president of the ladies GA game, Pat Quill, in just a moment. It's a specially recorded interview as we build up to the big match. I'm right in saying that, isn't I? Ladies football is absolutely flying at the moment.
It's absolutely, and there's a lot that the men's game can learn from ladies football in terms of particularly the pick-up. I think we should have the pick-up, and at least, thankfully, we're bringing in the clock next year from ladies football, and that will solve a lot of things. Ladies football is fast, exciting, and there's none of the cynicism and negativity that you can find in a lot of GA games. But the one word, when my young lad plays, or when my nephews are playing football, I use 2 Latin words I give as advice. Carpe diem, seize the day, seize the moment. And that's what it's all about. And I felt like with Mayo yesterday, their players maybe froze. Occasions and atmosphere can get the best. The bottom line is, you seize the day, you soak up that atmosphere, you soak up the excitement, and you funnel it in a positive way. And look, bottom line, believe.
Right, and I believe that you'll be back on the A team for the Sunday game next year, because with Michael Lester and the boys. But I heard you say that Mr. Brawley and Mr. O'Rourke will be relegated to the B team because they got it wrong. Is that right?
Having got it so badly wrong.
All right.
It's very important there to have the bragging rights. It probably will only last for one game, but it's nice to have the bragging rights, and the fact that it's the end game of the season, and I have the bragging rights now for another 6 or 8 months. Hopefully, that's good.
Okay, Pat. Listen, a pleasure to talk to you, and thanks for making people aware of getting your cholesterol checked with the Flora Cholesterol Club. Is there a website or anything? There
is indeed. It's Flora Proactive Cholesterol. Just Flora Proactive Cholesterol Club. It's on a Facebook as well, so you can register at floracholesterolclub.com.
Thanks, Pat. Good to talk to you.
A pleasure, Alan. Good luck.
All right, we'll see you soon. That's Pat Spillane, who many moons ago was also one of the keynote speakers at the South East Radio Towel Hotel Person of the Month Awards. We had a great night that night when Pat was down with us. Get your cholesterol checked is the main message. Now, it's a nice little appetizer for what's coming next. Today, Wednesday and Friday, we'll be doing special features on the build-up to Wexford Ladies Football as they bid for All-Ireland glory against Offaly in Croke Park this coming Sunday at 12 o'clock. In just a few moments' time, we'll hear from the president of the president of the National Ladies GA, Pat Quill.